What is up, guys, and welcome back to the Road to Redemption podcast. I am more than just a couple days late. I am very, very late. I apologize for that. It's been a busy one. I want to start off by thanking everyone for all the serious, almost uncontrollable support you guys showed me and my daughter while I was down in Indiana this past weekend, hanging out with her. That picture blew up, and you guys were just super supportive, and I can never ever thank you guys enough for all that. It was an amazing weekend. I got to go for the very, very first time ever and take my daughter, and her and I just go out and have some fun, and it was amazing. For the first time, it went really well. Obviously, she kind of screamed and flipped out for a second when she first got put in the car and we started driving off, but it was amazing. It was just so cool to really see when a kid looks up at you and they know you're their parent, and just the love that they look at you with. That was really the first time I got to experience that one-on-one with my daughter. We really did grow a bond, and that's what this transitioning time is for. And I call it a transitioning time because in the state of Indiana, a child is not allowed to be away from their mother for under the age of 3. So I can't take her and come to my house because I live so far away and spend nights with her here because of the distance, because she's so young. So I have 2 years where I'm going down for once a month and hanging out with her, just her and I, starting to build that bond, so that way at 5 years old, when I do get to take her with me, it's not like a culture shock, and it's not, we're building a bond. So I would say that was absolutely achieved in this past weekend. And then in the Instagram story, I had told you guys that I was going to explain why I didn't stay down on Sunday. So on Sunday, I was supposed to hang out with her from 11:30 to 5:30 on Saturday, which I did, and then do the same thing. I think we were doing 11 to 5 on Sunday. And when I showed up, she had 2 of her best friends with her. I mean, my daughter's only 2, but she had 2 little friends with her, and they had just come from a softball game where they were playing and having fun and this and that. And when I saw my daughter, she was very hesitant. She didn't want to come see me. She didn't want to come with me and go see the movie that we were going to go see. And I started to pick up on it. Well, her friends are there. And she's still, while yesterday went great, she's still not super used to me. And I was thinking of the message or the attachment that I was going to put in her head if, after such a wonderful day yesterday, today she's having a great time with her friends and she doesn't want to leave that. She still has that little bit of uncomfortability with me, so it's safer to stay home. I wanted to, I asked her, I said, do you want to come see a movie with Daddy, or do you want to stay here with your friends? And she said, I want to stay with my friends. And I said, okay, that's perfectly fine. I would rather you not make the association of when this guy shows up, when my daddy shows up, I have to leave what I'm doing and I have to leave having fun to go and do that, especially this early in the game with building that relationship. That was the call I made. So I would appreciate some feedback if you guys who are parents out there, if you would have done something similar or if you would have done something a little different, please let me know. The only thing that I understand is, and the one feedback I have gotten from somebody, they were like, yeah, you didn't do anything wrong, you didn't do anything bad, but when you're in that situation, you want your kids to know that they can't just say, well, I don't want to go, and then they don't have to, because that's going to make, his kids are kids, they're always going to want to do whatever's the most fun. So if they know that everyone else in the family is about to go to a hockey game or something, they're going to want to go to the hockey game with everybody else. That's just one of the tough situations of being in split houses, is they're usually more comfortable in one area. So when it's your time, take that time and show her that that's your guys' time together. I don't know, that was a really, really tough one for me, but I felt that making her happier and making her the happiest that I can and doing what I feel like in that moment was best for her, that's what I chose to do. So anyway, one of the notes that I took down while I was there, I took down a ton. Like, I've got a ton of notes today. Just different things that I saw and different things I wanted to talk about. One of the things that I saw while I was down there is they were doing this drive, some kind of rally type thing, and it was 1 in 100. My kid is a 1 in 100 kid. And what that meant was, in 1 of 100 kids in the United States, 1 out of 100 of those kids goes off to be, it was something very strange for a kid. It was like they go off to be college educated and, what was the other one? College educated and successful. That was as broad as they made it. 1 in 100 kids in the United States will come out to be college educated and successful. And I was like, this is a weird rally for people to be having. Like, and I say rally, they weren't out like, yeah, they were all huddled up and wearing the shirts, like they were all in a group, and I don't know what they were doing. But I asked one of the people as I was walking out with my daughter, I said, what is this 1 in 100? And she said, it's a movement to try to draw kids back into going to college and not like doing the freelance thing and not staying on we believe that if these kids are on more cutout paths, they're 1 in 100, they're a 1 in 100 kid, which means they're more destined to be successful. Well, I didn't say anything. I was like, that's a horrible, horrible thing to ingrain into a child, and I think that's one of the issues that we're having so bad here in America is our education system sucks. Our education system sucks from about the time someone's in 2nd grade until after they get out of college. And I think a lot of teachers would even tell you that. It's a check-the-block kind of education system. It's a system that's set up to just move people through the process instead of actually making sure that they grasp it or that the kid even cares about what it is that they're learning. And I think Montessori does a good job with opening that gap up, closing that gap. Montessori gives these kids options, and while they still have to learn the structured thing, they can also, if this kid is showing more interest in the arts, then they'll gear them more towards the arts. And with the education system, it's set up to keep you in the revolving door that is the American dream. For those that are watching on the YouTube channel or the IGTV channel, they can see I just put the air quotes. They're going to be successful. I lost my spot. I don't know what I was saying. In the revolving door that is the American dream. For those that are watching on the YouTube channel or the IGTV channel, they can see I just put the air quotes. They're going to be set up to keep you in the revolving door that is the American dream. For those that are watching on the YouTube channel or the IGTV channel, they can see I just put it in air quotes because I'm being sarcastic. The American dream is kind of screwed. In the American school system, you are designed, you are morphed, you are pushed to, okay, go through this, get the best grades that you can, go to college, get a $50,000 a year job, get married, have a family, there you retire. That's your life. And occasionally you can go on vacations and you can do, you can go to Disneyland, good for you. Because you stayed in that bubble, you were a good little boy or girl, and you didn't cause any problems. You moved right through our system. Good for you. You never ruffled any feathers. That's good, guys. I think that's a bullshit way to live. I think that that's a horrible system to tell somebody who could have been the greatest guitar player, the greatest football player, the greatest journalist, novelist, playwright, actor, director. But you put them in this math, science, social studies category, and then said, okay, keep going with that. Okay, now let's get into college. What are we going to do in college? Well, doctors, lawyers, surgeons make the best money. Go do that. Well, Mom, I want to do journalism. There's no money in journalism. Come on, what are you going to do? You think you're going to be able to write for the New York Times? Come on. Let's go back to college now. Like, what? It's stomping on people's dreams. It's literally designed to stomp on people's dreams. When guys, kids start going, Mom, I want to be a professional football player. Well, do you know how many people actually make it to the NFL? It's 1 in 1,000. And that's a negative. That's a negative 1 in 1,000. I think it's higher than that. I don't know the actual stat. But these parents are telling these kids to be 1 in 100. Well, you know what? I think being the 1 in 100 would be a bad thing, because if all 99 other kids are out actually chasing their dreams and maybe being a little rebellious, and I definitely encourage kids to do well in school. I wish with me not graduating high school, I got a GED so I could join the Army. I want my kids to be successful in school, but I would put my kids in a Montessori school, which it's actually funny because I'm wearing a Montessori school shirt right now. I'll put them in Montessori school so that way they can grow up and chase the things that they care about. I can put my kids in band and drama and stuff like that because I liked those kind of things, and I like football and stuff like that too, but I